Let's talk about the Live Paint function in Illustrator, which has been introduced 20 years ago. So it's a nice jubilee and time to celebrate it. What I'm seeing a lot of people still do in order to color their characters is doing the following. So this is still live strokes, and of course this has been drawn using strokes. So what people are often doing is selecting all of that, going to Object, Path, Outline, Stroke, and then in the Pathfinder unite that. Now this is now a compound path, and then what you can do is releasing that. So Object, Compound Path, Release, and now you get all these shapes and you can apply a color. So that is quite complicated, and also you are not allowed to make changes to the lines you have drawn, and maybe you see those changes only after applying color. So I'm going to undo that. People now have discovered Live Paint, but what they are doing instead of really using it is outlining the strokes and then using Pathfinder Unite and then using the Live Paint bucket, which is an advancement, but still it's not really using it. So now let's apply the color, and then you can apply the color more easily, but still making changes is difficult. So let's take a look at what Live Paint can do. And here's this character, which still has live strokes in it, and it even has a gap here. What you can do is skipping the steps of outlining those strokes and uniting them and releasing compound paths and all of that. You can just right away go to the Live Paint bucket and then apply the color. This is now a Live Paint group, and you see the gap is up here and I cannot fill that. You can see the Live Paint group because it has these little suns in the bounding box like this here. So now let's first make it close those gaps because I want to leave that open. It gives this thing a more dynamic look. So let's go to Object, Live Paint, to the gap options. Gap detection is on, but it's small gaps, so set it to large, like this. And now I'm going to take the Live Paint bucket, and you see it has now recognized that. I'm going to select the color and apply that. And maybe we should make that a little more reddish, like this. And then we can just continue painting this, just by clicking into it and then coloring it. And now maybe I have discovered that I need to paint that differently. So what I can then do is just select this and modify this line, this little stroke, just like that. Now I have also seen that this stroke here looks pretty awful. So let's go into the Live Paint bucket. Let's turn on Paint Strokes. And then you see I can also paint the stroke, which is this one here, and I can apply some color to that, and I can take the Live Paint selection tool, select it, and then adjust the stroke weight, and now it matches everything else. And the same goes for pieces like in here, where there's maybe a pretty small kind of stroke, but also I could just select this part here, or maybe that part, and make the ending rounded. And now that little gap is closed as well. So this is what you can do with Live Paint, and also the freedom that Live Paint allows you.